Dark Shadows, number 9, VTR 1567, Air 11267, take 1.
My name is Victoria Winters. For one member of the Collins family, the past is shrouded in mystery. And I am just beginning to suspect that the mystery surrounding her is deeper and stranger than I ever imagined.
Mrs. Stoddard, I know it sounds incredible, but I swear that that locket was on Mrs. Collins the day that she moved into Matthew's cottage.
That's impossible, Vicky.
You must have seen another locket. This one was found in the rubble of a burned-out Phoenix apartment house only last week.
Well, then there must be another one just like that.
Isn't another one like it unless Mrs. Collins had a copy made of it.
Well, what was David's hair doing in this one if she said that it was in the locket she was wearing?
Oh, you must have misunderstood her. That's the only way I can account for it.
Guess so.
Well, Lieutenant, shall I take you to see my sister-in-law?
Please.
I'll just get my coat.
All right.
Mrs. Stoddard,
Yes, Vicky?
do you mind if I come with you?
No, not if you want to.
I do. I have to see Mrs. Collins' face when she sees that locket.
Vicky, you're acting very strangely. Do you feel all right?
Yes. I'm fine.
Well, then let's go.
Liz, come in.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, Vicky. I thought you were going to be busy this afternoon.
I was, but Lieutenant Riley wanted to see you. Lieutenant Riley, Mrs. Collins.
How do you do?
How do you do? Lieutenant?
Lieutenant of Detectives for the State Police. I'd just like to ask you a few questions, Mrs. Collins, about that fire that took place in your apartment in Phoenix a week ago.
Of course. Come in.
Yeah.
What would you like to ask me?
Well, first, there were some small personal effects that were located in the rubble of the apartment, and most of it is just jewelry that didn't burn. And I'd like you to look at it and identify it, if you can, as your own personal property, item by item.
Fine.
Thank you.
Well, this is mine. And this. And this. Oh, everything here belongs to me.
In that case, if you'll just sign this statement to that effect, property will be yours again.
Of course.
I'm so glad you have the locket back again, Laura. It would have been a pity if it had been destroyed.
Yes, it would. I'm aware of its value. Well, there you are.
Thank you. Now, if you don't mind a few questions.
No, of course not.
Who besides yourself had a key to your apartment?
No one.
No friends or relatives?
Well, I don't have any relatives in Phoenix, and very few friends, none of whom had keys. Why do you ask?
Well, the woman who burned to death in the fire died in a sealed apartment. The door and all the windows were locked from the inside. So she must have had a key to get into the place. Now, can you think of anyone who might have had access to a key?
Well, the owner of the building or the superintendent may have had one.
Well, we've checked them out. Anyone else?
No, no one. Unless,
Yes.
well, there was someone who did have a key. She might still have it. I'm really not sure.
Who?
A cleaning woman who used to work for me. Her name was Margaret.
What was her last name?
Well, I don't know. I just called her Margaret. I let her go about 2 months ago. I really don't know whether she returned the key or not.
Describe her.
Oh, she was medium height, blonde, slender, Scandinavian, I think.
In other words, she could have fit your description.
Well, possibly, but she was at least 10 years older.
Are you sure now you can't remember her last name?
I don't think I ever knew it. I really had very little contact with her. I used to leave her money for her because I usually wasn't in the apartment when she was there.
Did she work for anyone else in the building?
Possibly. I really wouldn't know.
All right, well, we'll check on it. Now, you're absolutely sure that no one else could have had access to your apartment?
Absolutely sure.
All right, Mrs. Collins, thank you.
Is that all?
For the time being, yes. Thank you for the cooperation.
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't of more help.
I'll see you back to the house, Lieutenant.
Fine.
You coming, Vicky?
In a moment, I want to talk to Mrs. Collins.
All right. Goodbye, Laura.
Goodbye, Liz.
Bye-bye, Mrs. Collins.
Goodbye. What is it, Vicky?
Mrs. Collins, weren't you wearing this locket the other day?
This locket? Of course not. How could I have been? It was in Phoenix. I just got it back.
Well, do you have one like it?
I know.
Well, I could have sworn that you were wearing one just like this. Why, we even talked about it. You told me that you kept it with you always because it had a lock of David's hair in it. Don't you remember?
Yes, I remember the conversation. I was telling you about this locket.
Yes, and I'm sure that you were wearing it. I remember distinctly it was on that chain.
Oh, you must be mistaken. I don't remember what I was wearing, but whatever it wasn't that locket. It must have been some other piece of jewelry.
I see.
Yes. Well, you remember the conversation, so you thought you saw it. But of course you didn't. You couldn't have, could you?
No, I suppose not.
No. Well, why are you looking at me that way?
I was just thinking that it's time for me to get back to the house. Goodbye, Mrs. Collins.
Goodbye, Vicky.
Bye-bye, Miss Winters.
Oh, Lieutenant,
Yes.
have you seen that woman that died in Phoenix?
Well, I saw a photograph of her. It wasn't a very pretty sight.
Was she completely unrecognizable?
Totally, yes.
Well, what happens then?
Well, the body has to be identified. I'll send a teletype to Phoenix, and the police out there will just try to locate this cleaning woman.
What happens if they can't find her?
Well, they just keep investigating until they can make a positive identification. As it is, they haven't even been able to establish the time of death yet.
Time of death? Do you mean that she could have been already dead when the fire started?
It's possible.
I see.
Bye-bye, Miss Winters.
Goodbye.
I'd like you to read over these contracts before you sign them.
All right, Frank. Vicky,
Yes?
we have a visitor.
Hi, Vicki.
Frank. Well, what brings you here?
Oh, just some dull advertising contracts for the cannery. Actually, I'm just using them as an excuse to see Vicki Winters.
Vicky, why don't you talk to Frank while I look over these contracts? You can stay in here. It won't bother me.
All right, let's go up by the fire.
Fine. Well, Vicki, how are you?
Confused.
You have a habit of saying things I don't expect you to say.
It's the way I feel.
Care to explain?
It's Mrs. Collins. Ever since she's come back here, strange things have been happening.
What things?
Well, things that I have no way of explaining. The oddest thing happened just this afternoon.
Oh, what happened?
A detective came here and brought some jewelry that belonged to Mrs. Collins that had been in her apartment in Phoenix.
Yes, I was notified that they were returning some of her belongings. What about it?
Well, among the items was a locket. I swear that Mrs. Collins was wearing that locket, but she says that she wasn't. I saw it on her the other day.
That locket can't be in two places at once, Vicky.
Yes, but I remember it on her. Why, we talked about it.
Well, maybe Mrs. Collins has two very similar lockets.
She said that she didn't. Anyway, Mrs. Stoddard said it's a family heirloom, and there isn't another one like it in the world.
There has to be.
Even if there is, why should Mrs. Collins say that she wasn't wearing it? Why should she lie?
Are you so sure she is lying?
Yes. I have a feeling about it.
But why would she do that?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Vicky, isn't it possible that you're just mistaken?
I don't think so. I have a feeling that Mrs. Collins had that locket and she's lying about it. But why?
What possible reason could Laura Collins have for lying to you?
I don't know.
And how could the same object turn up in two places, hundreds of miles apart?
I know it doesn't sound probable, but I did see it.
Or thought you did?
I saw it. I know that.
Vicky.
Here are the contracts, Frank.
Oh, fine. I'll get them in the mail this afternoon.
Good. Vicky, I couldn't help overhearing your conversation just now.
I suppose you think I'm being very silly.
No, not silly, just mistaken. Flora would have no reason to lie to you.
Maybe not.
The locket that came from Phoenix this morning belonged to Mrs. Collins. It was the one that Roger gave her when they were married.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. There are photographs of it in the family album. Photographs of all the Collins women who have worn it. Here it is if you want to see it.
Oh, I guess I was mistaken.
Yes, you were.
I know what I thought was impossible. Well, I guess I better go up and see what David's doing. I left him with some homework about an hour ago.
No, I'll do that. You stay here with Frank. Thanks for bringing up the contracts, Frank. I'll see you later.
Goodbye, Mrs. Stoddard. Feeling better?
I guess so.
Oh, Vicky, how important can a locket be?
It's not just a locket. A lot of strange things have been happening that I can't explain.
For instance?
Well, the thing is that David's been having these nightmares about his mother. He sees her standing in flames. These dreams are terrifying him. And then Sam Evans painted Laura Collins standing in flames, and it corresponded exactly with David's dreams. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
And strange things have been happening to me, too, and I don't understand them.
What?
Twice, I've been compelled to do something that I didn't want to do, against my will. Yesterday, I bought that terrible painting back here and showed it to David. I didn't want to do that. I don't know why I did it. It was as though something came over me and made me do it.
That's kind of hard to believe.
And this afternoon, when I asked Mrs. Stoddard if I could be present when the policeman questioned Mrs. Collins, the words came out before I knew what I was saying. It was as though someone else had said them.
You know what I think, Vicky?
What?
I think this old house is getting to you. You ought to get out more. Forget about Collinwood and its legends and its ghosts. Let them rest in this book where they belong.
I know that there's a reasonable explanation for everything. But sometimes I have to be reminded.
I tell you what. Tonight you're going to start a whole new routine. You're going to start getting out more and enjoying yourself. And we'll begin by having dinner together. What do you say?
I'd love it.
Good. I'll pick you up at 7.
Fine. I'll get your coat for you.
Frank gone?
Yes, he left just now. He asked me to have dinner with him.
Good.
I think so, too. What's David doing?
Oh, he was playing when I went up to his room, but I got him back to his books.
Well, I better go up.
All right. Did you forget something, Vicky?
What?
Well, didn't you say you were going up to David's room?
I was. But something made me come into here. Something I have to do. Something I haven't done.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Something drew me into this room. Why should I feel compelled to come in here?
I don't know.
I don't understand this.
Were you thinking of the locket again?
Why do you say that?
Well, I see you were looking at a picture of it.
No, I wasn't.
Well, the family album is open to a picture of Josette Collin wearing the locket. Weren't you looking at it?
No,
Well, someone was.
that's impossible.
Why?
Because Frank and I left this room a minute ago, and nobody else came in here since then.
Are you sure?
Yes, this book was closed when we left. Did Josette Collins own that locket?
Yes. Josette was the first Collins woman to own it. She was given to her on her wedding day.
Why should the book open to this page? Do you suppose
Suppose what?
that it's a sign?
From whom?
From Josette Collins.
Josette?
Yes. All the time that I was in the old house, I felt that she was watching over me. And after that, I thought that if ever I was in any real danger, that she would watch over me.
Oh, Vicky, what kind of danger could you possibly be in?
I don't know. But why should the book open to this page? It must mean something. Mrs. Stoddard, do you mind if I leave David alone for a little longer? I've got to go for a walk and get some fresh air.
Would you like me to come with you?
No, thank you. I'll be back in a little while.
All right, Vicky.
See a penetrating inquiry into current moral values on Sex in the 60s on ABC Stage 67 tonight on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.